All right, welcome back to a very special episode of the Small Guys Podcast. It should be the Small Girls Podcast this episode. Today, it's our Valentine's Day special. We're out of Aiden today. So without a girl, we got to add another girl in.
Oh no!
We got special guest Rachel Zackney.
Woo, Rachel!
Yay.
Welcome, Rachel. We're doing your favorite movie.
Rachel actually came up to us at the bar and begged us.
Requested this one.
I did not.
Can we all vote to just like out Aiden and put Rachel in his spot?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I would love that.
Yeah, he can move down to guest, and then we'll just never have him.
Not
on.
even a guest, just like never on this podcast again. I think it would do us really well.
Yeah. No, but I do want to ask you, since it's Valentine's Day and this is our first romance movie, I want to ask you guys, I don't know if the guys will have any though, but I want to ask Rachel, what is your favorite romance movie? Do you think it's this or do you have a different one? I feel like 10 Things I Hate About You. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, that
one's really good. Yeah.
That one's really good. There's so many, like a lot of my favorite ones are the Nicholas Sparks ones though.
Okay.
The ones that are based off of those books. Like I really like the one with Channing Tatum, Dear John, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's really good. But I think it would have to be Notebook out of all of them.
Okay. Have you read any of her books? Or do you just watch the
Sparks?
movies? Yeah.
It's a heat.
It's a he, Josh.
Yeah.
I don't assume, so I guess,
I'm
I'm more ahead of these guys, but
Have any of you guys seen Someone Great on Netflix?
I
No.
have.
Gina Rodriguez and Brian, you would like it. It has Keith Stanfield in it.
Oh fuck yeah! All right,
Yeah.
I'm in.
That's a great movie that honestly might be up there for me. Even above Notebook, which I think.
Personally, I go with thank you for saying it, Josh. 10 Things I Hate About You. That fucking movie's so goated.
yeah.
I watched that so many times throughout high school.
Yeah. Another good one is About Time. You ever seen that one, Rachel?
No, is that she's a ginger or he's a ginger?
Yeah, and she's
Okay.
and Rachel McAdams, who's in this movie, is in that movie, and he time
Okay.
travels, and that's all I'll say. That movie
Is that-
made
Really quick, is that the one with where he goes to the closet to time travel?
Yeah,
Or somewhere dark? Okay. I
Yeah.
fucking love that movie, actually.
dude. It made me cry my
That's a
eyes
great
out.
fucking
I've never seen that.
It's a
Watch
great
that
fucking
one.
movie.
No,
Really?
that makes me think of there's another one where it's a time travel type movie, The Time Traveler's Wife or something.
Yep.
And
yeah, I've
that
seen that
one's
too.
really good too.
Which one is that?
Yeah.
That sounds mad familiar. Who's in that?
I don't remember. Honestly, it could be her again. She's just
Yeah.
in so many.
She's goated in these romance movies.
Yeah, she's really good. All right, but let's get into this movie. I forgot I was getting all excited about romance movies.
That's
Um,
funny, Josh. She is in it.
Is she?
Oh my
I was like,
time
I
travel.
see it.
He's getting a fucking bag.
She's in two
Yeah,
time traveling
she
romance
picked
movies.
her genre and ate that
And
shit
isn't
up.
she in About Time? Is she not in About
Yeah,
Time?
she's in About Time.
Yeah,
There's
but
three.
isn't she like randomly in Mean Girls or something too?
She's
She's
in Mean
Regina
Girls, she's in
George.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
She's not randomly.
I know, but like
Dang, bitch.
she's in all these romance movies, and then all of a sudden in Mean Girls, and she's this like, evil character.
Yeah.
You love
She was
to see
in.
it.
She was in Sherlock Holmes too.
Goated.
Southpaw. Oh
Yeah,
my
Southpaw.
God.
Yeah, she dies in that
her
movie.
Who is she in
bag,
Southpaw?
bro.
Oh, thanks for the
She's the
fucking
wife.
spoiler, asshole.
Whoa, you've never
Oh,
seen Southpaw?
yeah.
Come on, it's in
I'm
the trailer.
kidding. I'm kidding.
All right. Notebook. Poor yet passionate young man Ryan Gosling falls in love with a rich young woman, Rachel McAdams, giving her a sense of freedom, but they soon separate because of their social differences. Let's see, it's got a 53% critic score and an 85% audience score. The budget for this movie is estimated to be about 29 million, but it grossed 118 million worldwide. It is PG-13, which me and Brian had to double check after some things happened in this movie. It does say PG-13 with some sexuality though.
Go more in depth on that, Josh, if you don't mind.
You
Huh?
see a nipple, all right, bro. You saw the nipple, and I was just like, "Yo, pause."
Yeah.
And tell us what you said before this podcast. You did what?
I backed out to see if it was rated R or not, to see like if this was gonna go down or not, but was disappointed when I went back in.
That's all I need to hear. Thank you, Brian.
I've loved Rachel McAdams since I've seen her as Regina George. I'm gonna get that out there right now.
Yeah. So what did you guys think of this movie?
Ryan
It de-
Gosling's hair was fucking stupid in the second half. I just want that out there. I just really hated it.
Oh, when he has the
I-
beard.
No,
I
like
think
the
his-
beard. The beard was cool, but his hair was just
His
too
hair.
raggedy.
I feel like my hair looks like that some days.
I
so.
think his look just in general in that second half, I didn't really like. I get like what they were going for, but
Yeah, I was gonna say I get what they were going for just because he's like, oh, distraught without his lover, and they wanted to make him look worse, but he looked awful. Somebody
He's-
clean this man's hair up, please.
What about in
He's
the rain though? He
rugged.
looked good in the
He's
rain.
rugged now. He's
The
out
rain,
building
yeah, because
houses.
he was all wet. But
Yeah.
that scene in the rain actually, while we're on that, where he says that he wrote her
Yeah.
all or for 1 year, 365 days, that really got me.
I think that is probably the most iconic part of the movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the only part I know for sure I remember seeing. So like I had thought I saw this movie way back when, but no, like I was watching, I was like, I guess I've only seen parts of it. But that
Yeah.
scene is one that I did remember because they go out on the boat and I go, oh, he's gonna say the letter writing thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. I seen a clip on TikTok before we watched this, and the one where they were talking about like already fighting when they came back and visited Seabrook.
They're so passionate.
So passionate.
So I know this is your Brian's, Mike's, and Andrew's first time watching this, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I thought
Okay.
like Brian that
Yeah.
I watched it beforehand, but I think this is my first time.
Rachel, how many times have you seen?
I've seen clips. Sorry.
honestly, I've probably seen it at least like 15 times.
Okay, I'm pretty
No,
close.
be
I've
honest,
seen it twice.
do you ever turn this on just to get a cry?
No, I don't. Well, I don't really cry anymore when I watch it, just because I've seen it too many times.
Oh,
But
fair,
I
fair,
feel like
fair.
it's kind of like a comfort movie for me. Like I just enjoy watching it. But
Mm.
All right, respect.
And Andrew, you said you saw clips of it.
Yeah, I
the
saw
past?
clips of it, but like I told Brian, like right off rip when this started, I knew Brian doesn't believe me.
He
But
was
I
lying,
knew-
bro.
I'm not lying. I knew that either the old lady or the old man. I knew that was one of them. I knew that was either Allie or Noah. I didn't know it was both of them though. But
Why
I was
wouldn't
like,
you think it
"There's
was both?
I don't know.
I genuinely thought Noah got shot or so, on some Gatsby.
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I thought he got shot.
Really?
I was like, this is probably just some old man reading a story that Noah wrote, but I was convinced that was Allie from the get go. And then they like say her name, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I thought it was
Yeah.
vice versa.
So when I watched it for the first time, it was a couple years ago, and I was already spoiled to it. Like I knew right off the bat who they were. It still made me cry both times. I just watched it yesterday. Made me cry again. But I wondered like for a person that's never seen it and maybe wasn't spoiled to it, if they catched on to the fact that that's the older versions of them, I guess. Like how long did it take for you guys to realize maybe that is them?
Pretty quick.
I
But
honestly,
we've
I don't know,
watched a lot
because
of movies.
yeah, fair. I mean, I had the idea in the back of my head, but then it was really like when the kids came to visit, I was kind of like, oh, like something's up. Especially
Yeah,
when
does
the
that hit you
dog
over the
did-
head when the kids are
That
there?
one got it,
Yeah.
and then did that come before her playing the piano? Or they're like, go play the piano. You know how to read.
No, it's
music?
after.
Okay, yeah. So then when the piano happened, then that's when I like confirmed. Was like, yeah, that's got to be her.
Yeah.
Okay.
no, definitely like one of the first times I watched it, it was when the kids came and it kind of clicked for me because I would like obviously you have that idea in your head, but it's just not like confirmed, I feel like, until then. And then I'm like, oh yeah, like that's them. But then even in the beginning, I thought it was them, but then you don't know if they end up together still.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because,
no,
Right.
so
like-
that's what I was convinced that was Allie, but I was like, I don't know if that's Noah or if it's just some random guy reading this story. So I still wasn't sure if they actually got together in the end. Like that was the one piece that I was like, you're like sitting there waiting until the end, then finally you obviously get to see that.
Mhm.
Well, especially you went into the movie knowing it ends sad too.
Yeah,
Right?
you guys
Yeah,
all
I
said.
did-
You're
I
like,
did
"Oh, I
know that.
cried at the end." I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
I
well.
still cried at the. I was
I'm
the
like,
last one to
someone
watch
dies,
it.
something bad happens.
Oh
Yeah.
God, I couldn't, dude. So there's like, can we just jump to it?
Yeah, let's get to the parts where we cried. I mean, we'll talk about the whole movie, but like,
So-
how do you not get to it right away?
So when she starts freaking the fuck out and like, cause like, you know, he finishes the story, they're having a moment, and she like comes back and she's just like asking how the kids are and shit. It's just like, oh my God, like that's so terrifying. One, it's terrifying on the level of that's an actual disease that we know
It's
people
real,
have
yeah.
gotten
That's
it.
scary.
That's fucking awful. And to think of a loved one going through that, especially the love of your life, it's like, oh my God, that happened. So then you see her freak out, and then he has a heart attack. And then he goes to visit her, and I think, or before he has the heart attack, he opens the book, and it's like the writing from Allie saying like, read me this story and my love will bring me back to you. And it's just like, oh
That
God,
made me
bro.
so sad.
I was sitting there just like, what the fuck? It's like, this shit is not cool, man.
It's so sad because, like you said, Brian, like it's real. Like the whole time I'm watching this, I'm like, oh my gosh, like what if this, happens to the person I love, or like even like my parents or something. I'm like,
Yeah,
holy
see,
shit. Like
that was what
how do
got me
I
like thinking about
how do I get
parents,
through
'cause
that?
that's more likely than like our significant other at this age, And like just that thought alone, I was like, oh God, I don't want to live in a world like that.
No, I totally agree.
Yeah. Mike,
You
what
guys-
part got you?
When he told her that he kept on writing her, that was
Really?
probably that
That's
was
a
probably
good
the
one.
biggest. That was
Yeah.
probably the biggest one for me. I will say though, when like you said, Brian, when they open up the book and you find out that like this will always bring me back to you. This
Yeah.
tell me this. I was like, oh,
I have a
my
question.
fucking
And then like
gosh.
the idea too, before you ask it, the idea though that Allie like wrote it herself. Like
I know,
she wrote the
dude.
story.
Yeah.
Because I thought if anything, it was Noah wrote it down so that way he could retell her, and
Yeah.
then just added stuff along the way that he could
that little
remember.
twist that it was hers.
Yeah,
is
that
perfect.
she wrote it herself, and like it was like a comforting thing, kind of like, hey, shit's really about to change, but before I become that state of mind, here's this gift for you to give to me when I don't know you.
Yeah.
Gosh,
Ra-
it's making me
Rachel, what do
feel-
you think?
Well, like I said, I don't really cry anymore, and like during
You've
it,
become
but
numb.
yeah, definitely the ending.
Yeah.
I cried the most there because it kind of just all built up throughout the movie, and then towards the end, I was just like bawling. But yeah,
that.
definitely, I think the rain scene where they're talking about like I wrote you 364 days, I think, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that part is emotional too, and then the book, all of those parts are just like it's like constantly there's something, and I'm just like, come on, give me a minute here.
Yeah, there's two big scenes that got me both times around, I think, I assume. But the part where she's driving and stops the car to read the first letter, like that gets me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that-
doesn't
that
she
gets
pick
me.
the last one at the end too to see how they like
Yeah.
wrapped it up, which was cool?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I
and-
did wonder, I was like, I wonder if there's like ones where he's just like angry in there because
Yeah.
she's not answering him.
Imagine
Like,
that. though.
like
I
imagine
would
him
send
like
some shit
coming
like
home
that.
after the bar and then he's like hitting the fucking stand basically like the Eminem song.
Letter 267, he's like, fuck you, I actually don't want you anymore.
Dear
And then
Mrs.
268, he's like, wait a
caller,
minute.
rate my fans.
Yeah,
What
that
was-
part gets me. And then the other part that gets me is when they're outside on the dock and he's reading it and he's like, "You want to go in? It's getting a little chilly out." And they go in and he planned a dinner.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He planned a dinner for
Ah.
her, and it's just like, who did this? And it's so sweet. It
Dude,
breaks
and
my
then,
heart.
and then she
And then-
comes to and
yeah.
goes, "It was you."
Yeah. And then too,
Alright.
Rachel, like watching it the second time around, throughout the movie when he's like, "No, I feel like today's the day. Today's gonna be like a miracle." And like it's a gut punch. Like it doesn't get you to cry, but it's like it gets you in the feels for sure. Like
No.
everyone's doubting her, and he doesn't, and it's beautiful. So
Yeah, that
Yeah.
whole speech to his kids, like, because they want him to come home. That was like, it's like a hard thing to do because obviously they want to spend time with their grandpa. He's already having heart attacks. They know he doesn't have a lot of time, and now
Yeah.
he's sitting here in the nursing home with someone that doesn't even remember him. But he's just like, no, like that's my soulmate. Like I'm not just gonna leave her in here, like sick as hell.
So
Yeah.
two things that I want to bring up. First thing, isn't it really fucked up how the girl that's Ryan Gosling's character kind of just like uses up until she comes back? I feel bad for her.
I
honestly.
felt so bad for her.
Yeah, but
Yeah, and she like
knew.
literally, she's like, can I come in to see her?
and
It's
the
like,
fact that they
damn.
met and they
Yeah,
had
and then-
I know.
okay, but
and then they chopped it up for a couple hours
because of that, though, she lost the love of her life.
yeah.
She knows
Yeah.
she'll never get the love of her life back. So she feels what Noah feels. She gets what he's going through.
Yeah, but she
So-
said that. She was like, you were filling the gap. And it's like,
Yeah.
he was like, bye, see ya. I
Yeah,
got
but like
my-
if she
my-
was just
my-
a normal
my real
girl
one's
that was
back.
if she was just a normal girl that was in love with him, then I would agree I'd feel bad. But
Yeah.
she got it. Like she went
Yeah.
through similar things what he felt.
She said like right before she got in the car, like seeing this like gives me hope for like like for the first time since he passed,
Yeah.
which was cool. So it's like, all right, he used this woman, but at the same time, I guess it worked out for both of them.
Well, she did ask like in the bed after they
Mhm.
hooked up, like that first scene you see her in,
Mhm.
that like, what can I do to help you?
Mhm.
Like I
It's
almost
like
felt
you
like
already
that-
look like her.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
I
do
was-
look similar.
They did look similar.
So when I heard that, I was like, okay, is she actually trying to like be with him like fully, or is she just like filling the gap like you guys said?
Mhm.
Yeah, because she's probably using him like he's using her. If you think about it, right?
Okay, well they're just they're fuck buddies. They're just having
Yeah,
sex.
well,
exactly. So I don't know. I mean, I felt bad for her because she lost the love of her life, but I didn't really feel bad for her because she went inside to, meet Allie and everything like that. So
Yeah, she was just a barrier for what we really wanted to see, and I was like, "Come on, get over with it."
yeah, I mean, even Allie understood like the situation there. So what did
Mhm.
you think of Allie's mom kind of like taking her on that car ride at the end and saying all
that's
that?
what I wanted to ask. I want to add on to that. Do you guys think that Allie's mom was kind of insinuating that it was good that she would actually hook up with Noah?
You
But
know,
she's like,
I'm glad that
make
you
the
said
right
that, 'cause I thought
call,
the
and
same
she like
thing.
was regretting it a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Like,
I think that's what it was.
It's
I
100%.
think-
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think she wanted to tell her that story just so that way she could get a perspective of how her life could go, like how her mom is, or maybe going with like the person she truly loves.
Mhm.
But
But she
Security
doesn't
versus,
talk
like,
about him
actual
in-
love.
She doesn't talk about the guy that she actually loves in like a positive light. She's like, I don't even recognize him anymore.
Well, I think that was kind of her way of saying like what could have been is now shut because she made her choice, and now she's stuck with the pondering of what would have been.
what if? Yeah, there's still that
Yeah.
like,
That's true.
in her mind.
Yeah, because she went through what Allie kind of went through, or like, but she ended up picking the money. I mean, she starts breaking down in the car right there, like saying, I love your father, but
Uh-huh. Doesn't
you
even
know,
say
so you-
anything. Just starts crying for 30 seconds. Just like, you guys
Yeah.
getting a divorce?
yeah, and I like how he like turns and sees her at the very end of that scene, and it just cuts away. But
Yep.
yeah,
I was gonna say, I was surprised you didn't pull in, or like they pull into this yard, and it's like nobody turns and looks at these people.
Yeah.
Just two
I know.
random girls
In-
with the
in
top
this
off,
nice-ass
just chilling.
car.
Yeah.
Fancy ass
especially when the
car.
mom said that she does it like multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
A little
go up
creepy.
there.
It's
By
Tuesday, time to go
yourself.
check up on him.
I know.
I'm sure they probably caught on. It's just they were probably too busy working and they just noticed it at the end, like we seen.
Mhm.
Second
Yeah.
question I had though. So if you guys were in Noah's shoes, what would you do if your wife Allie in this instance was in the state that she was? Would you stay
Shut
with
up.
her?
Oh
What
god.
would you do?
Yeah.
Would you not?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, his kids are grown.
Brian.
I mean,
kids are
I'm
pretty
probably
grown.
gonna go out and say what's up to my kids every now and then, but like I'm not gonna live there full time. But I'll be there most of the time, 6 days out of the week.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Give
would
me
like to
5.
think that.
Again, if I'm having
me
heart
5.
attacks and I know I'm on the way out, like yeah, I'm gonna chill with my kids, be there for my grandkids, so that way they can at least see me instead of having to come see their grandma that doesn't even recognize them.
But if you love this girl as much as
Yeah.
Noah loved Allie,
Well, and then even he could make day trips. He doesn't have to sit there the whole day, be back at night, read her the story before bed.
It's not like she'll even remember if he was there the day before or not.
Oh my gosh.
Rachel,
Yes.
I want to hear your perspective. What would you want a guy to do? What would you want a guy to do?
Well, I
Don't
mean,
don't
I
let
feel
Emma
like-
hear this episode.
Now imagine though, kids are involved. Kids are involved,
yeah,
and there's
that's
grandkids
true.
around.
They look like they're in their 30s though. They're grown.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
but
think in
again,
my
what the-
position, I would really want a guy to love me that much that he would do that. But also if I was getting towards the end and I knew my memory was going and I was like in and out, I think I would tell him like he needs to continue to live his life and have like that
think you'd forget that,
conversation with him. And then that way, like you need to spend time with your kids or whatever.
But see, I'd argue that Allie probably did say that to him or would say
Yeah.
that to him. But Noah's so in love with, I mean, like he literally gets her to come back to him almost every day. Like that's
She should have
beautiful.
put like a final like
is
disclaimer in the
beautiful.
book with like a caution sign that was like,
Does the
"Please
book
do
end
not
with them
stay
both
here
just
7
dying
days a week."
together?
Yeah, so do they both die? Is that what that is?
I'm assuming
I
that's
think
something
it is.
implied,
I'm
right?
okay. I'm confused because there was definitely 2 different endings. Because when I watched it like years ago, they were in the bed at the end and then like laying or whatever, and the nurses came in and checked like them, and they said they were dead. And
That's
then,
what I thought. That's what I thought I
Yes,
remembered.
and
Is
I
this
was talking to-
Mandela effect?
I swear to God, and I was talking to my mom.
Someone
and
look
she
it
said
up.
The same thing.
I'm looking it up.
Well, wait. Did you watch it on HBO yesterday?
Yes.
So maybe the HBO cut. I'll
Why?
grab my DVD and I'll actually watch it because
No,
watched
I
it on
started
HBO also.
searching it, and it was saying that like some of
yeah.
the streaming services changed the ending because they were
Yeah,
like,
in the theatrical
yeah.
cut, the
What?
film closes with the elderly lovers passing away in each other's
Yeah.
arms.
Okay, that's what I thought I remembered that, but I was like, why
Wow,
did it go away?
that
Yeah.
like
That's some
HBO,
Titanic
what the
Romeo and
fuck are we
Juliet.
on, dog?
I was like so confused because I fell
Okay.
asleep watching it, and then today my mom was like, I swear that the nurses came in at the end, and I said, yeah, they did. I said that's how it ended, and I said I hadn't watched it in a while, and then I watched the rest of the ending today, and I was like, what? I was like, this is not what I watched a while ago. I was so confused.
Damn, that's crazy.
They're
'Cause,
like, this
I
movie's too
feel like
sad.
I feel like
got
one, I would have
cheated.
cried more, but two, that would have been the perfect circle. That their love
Yeah.
was so powerful that they could take each other away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, I
I
feel
know,
like
that
I got
was-
cheated.
that
I
was
would have liked to
crazy.
see the other ending.
Yeah, that's crazy you said that. Yeah, because I was thinking that too. I was like, wait, I don't think it ends like that. It like
Yeah.
felt abrupt, I guess. On the
did.
Yeah,
HBO
that's how
version.
I feel. I feel like it just cut off.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
now
just
I
a scene
mean,
of birds. There was like
Yeah.
7 birds flying
Yeah.
away.
You know what I wish we would have got more of
Hmm.
is them when they got like back together.
Thank you.
Just,
I was thinking,
Yes.
just
I was
seeing a
thinking
little
the
bit more
same
of them
thing.
living happily ever after.
I
Not even
wanted
like
to see
her
them like
getting
holding
dementia.
babies. I wanted just to see them holding babies. You know, to see that
Yeah,
they
we
did
don't
it.
get to see any of that actually.
No.
I'm a sucker for that lighthearted stuff. I love the beginning, you know, where they're falling in love.
100%.
Mhm.
And I wish we would have got more of that, to be honest with you.
Well, I actually was looking at, like, I was researching it, and it said that there's a second book to the series.
What?
Yeah. Like, it said that it said something, it's called The Wedding or something, and it's about one of the kids.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
Yeah. I don't know how
Okay.
true it is, but I searched because I was like researching it, and it was like there's a second book to the series of The Notebook or something, and it's about like the story of one of their kids. And I was like, why did they ever come out with like a movie? Because this one was so
Yeah.
popular, but I don't know.
Yeah, I
don't
feel like if
know.
I made a book that was a movie and then made $200 million, I'd be like, I'll
I'd
write a
probably
sequel.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
drop a second one.
I'll
Maybe
give
a
the people
prequel.
what they want.
Well, you gotta think in the theater cut, like they died at the end, so I don't know if you want to make a sequel to that. To be fair,
Yeah, I was gonna say, if anything,
Yeah.
him writing a sequel book was like a quick cash grab, and making a movie would have been a waste.
yeah.
Because the book could have been complete dog shit, but everyone's like, "Oh, it's a sequel to the Notebook. Gotta buy it."
Yeah, but you could
Fair.
write a movie that is that part that we're talking about that you don't get. Like it's them in
True.
love and it kind of shows and it shows her get old and it shows
Aw.
him get old. Like that
It
would
could be
well,
called
that's basically Up actually.
HBO
Page-
picked us
pages.
up.
The pages.
Yeah, what it said was The Wedding was published in 2003 as a sequel to The Notebook. The book follows Jane, Allie and Noah's daughter, as she falls in love with a man named Wilson. So I think it's her love
Aw.
story.
See, I don't want to see that. I want to see
Yeah.
Noah
I
and
was like, I
Ellie.
kind of wish
Right.
they would have made a sequel, but like it was their like full love story or something. Like
Yeah.
that. Allie and Noah's.
It'd be like a midquel, not even a sequel.
Yeah, something.
Were you team Lon or were you team Noah?
Who would be Team Lon?
Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. He's very handsome. He's very handsome.
very
He's
handsome.
very he's rich and
Alright.
he's a nice guy. He doesn't do anything wrong, does he?
Mhm.
And he still wants to take her back after
And
she
still wants to take her back.
cheated on him.
He's a nice guy,
Lot-
isn't he?
Simp.
Yeah, Lon's
I
the
am a
same.
simp for him.
I just know that man had a fucking villain arc after that. Like,
Oh, yeah.
he probably ruined
Again,
every single
again.
person.
He probably ran through half that town after.
I want to see the I want to see the sequel.
would've
of
done the
Lon
same
No,
after
he
thing.
hooked
that.
up. What if he hooked up with the girl that Ryan Gosling was using?
Oh,
Now
That,
would
that,
be
wouldn't have,
really
that
good.
wouldn't have hurt Ryan Gosling. No,
Because-
no, it wouldn't have hurt him.
because-
No.
No, and I know that's why it'd be perfect because then Noah could be like, "Hey, man, I know I took your girl, but you can have this one."
He's like, yeah, you already have my sloppy seconds, so I have another one of my sloppy seconds.
awful.
oh gosh.
That's just disrespectful on Noah's part. He couldn't have done that.
Mike, could you have built that house?
I'd like to think so,
Dude.
but no.
Dude, could we talk about how alpha of a move that was for him to build this house? Does it? He lives out his dream. He does it, and then he builds it the way that they talked about when they were what 16, 17. How
17,
old are
yeah.
they? 17?
17.
And then he takes a picture of it and puts it in the paper because he knows that Vidge will see it. And that's just his way of being like,
Check
I
out my
did it.
sick new house.
That's some pimp shit for sure. But
It
it's
is, bro.
he like literally revolved his whole life around a 3-month fling.
Yeah, it's so
in the
like that's
summer.
another thing too. At what point is this harassment? Like, if Ryan Gosling wasn't so handsome, would this be harassment?
Yeah, no, he's a psychopath.
Like, dude
Borderline,
threatened
like,
to
needs
kill
help.
himself when he first met her. Within 5 minutes of meeting her, climbs a Ferris wheel, threatens to kill himself to go on a date with her.
Honestly, now that you bring that up, Brian, this is a really toxic relationship.
Yeah, they used to argue a lot.
And then I sent you guys that video when she's talking about how she's a light drinker, and then he makes a joke about taking advantage of her, and then she's like, "I'm a married woman," and he goes, "Not yet." And I was just like, "Bro, this isn't love."
I think the moral of the story here and the underlying
2004 was
message
different.
is nice guys just they don't win. So that's why Noah's a piece of
Nice guys
shit.
finished
No,
last.
that's why Lon lost.
Now, where do small guys come in?
They're somewhere in between there.
Because if you think about it, like Lon's character wouldn't have done that to Noah. So
Facts.
yeah, nice guys do finish last. There's a fact there.
Although,
And then Finn, his best friend, dies. Also a nice guy, finishing last.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let me say this actually. I really thought that Finn's wife was the one that Noah was getting with at first when I
Oh,
see
fuck.
because they kind of looked alike. I was like, are you
Honestly,
kidding
Mike,
me?
I could see that.
I was like,
I can
bro,
see why
that's- I was like, that's fucked up. But then I realized it was a different girl, and I was like, oh, okay.
Was just taking care of his wife.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude, he's just looking out for his friend.
And in more than one way that probably shouldn't.
Yeah, instead of fucking a widow, he did end up fucking a widow. So
Yeah,
His
see?
best friend's
Yeah. no, and I do want to say it's really sad because I was just looking into it, and older Noah passed away in 2014. So
Oh man,
really sad. Yeah.
At least you got to see the
old Allie's
success.
still around. She's
Still
93.
kicking?
93.
Yeah, I was
Good
gonna
for her.
Okay.
Dementia?
Hopefully not. That'd be fucked.
Come
She
on,
doesn't
Andrew.
remember the
You
movie.
really have to
Too
ask
soon.
that?
Too soon.
That was too soon.
She
Too
doesn't remember the
soon.
movie.
So I got a big question for Josh and Andrew here. You two are the only men or only person in this podcast right now with a partner. Would you do the same things that Noah did for Allie for your partner?
Would
or
you
no?
build the whole
I'm
house
not
for
that
your
I'm not
girl?
that hands on. I'm not building a fucking house.
But would you?
I'll do like a couple
Do
of
you
the
love
other
your?
things.
Do you love your girlfriend as much as Noah loves Allie?
Yes, but I can't. I'm not
Build her a
capable of
house
building
then.
a fucking house, dude.
But would you? It's just the effort.
Would you write her
It's more.
one
Yeah,
so
I
put in the
every
effort.
year?
I would try to build the fucking house, but it would be lopsided and it would fall down.
I'd put in the effort of paying someone to build the house and then taking the credit properly after the fact.
I respect the honesty.
Would you write 364 letters
Fuck no, my hand would get tired. I'll shoot her some text.
over a whole year? Over a whole year?
Dude, one a day? What are you writing about? I went to the grocery store and I grabbed milk. Like you run out of shit. to
Yeah,
say.
the
I'm
milk
probably
made me
doing. I'm
think
probably
of
doing a
you.
weekly update. Couple sentences. Hey,
Monthly.
here's how the
Imagine you
Oh
two
my
break up
goodness.
abruptly the same way they did. Like you just have like that
Are you
dying like
waiting
love
it out?
for her.
Yeah, are you Lon in this situation?
Maybe. I could be.
Damn. Damn.
Shit, then I'd
Gotta
pick you
watch
too.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So what did you guys think about the kids part when the kids showed up? I know we mentioned it briefly earlier, but kinda sad
so,
too, huh?
So like I said, so when they showed up, it's like it's weird that they have to work it that way and be like, my kids, like she has my kids and goes, no, they're mine. And then they like get introduced to her and she's like introducing herself. Do you know how fucking weird that would be if I went up to my mom that I've known my whole fucking life? My mom introduced herself to me. Like,
Yeah.
hell no, I would hate that, dude.
Yeah.
no,
They,
the acting they did was really good too.
Yeah,
They
you could tell
obviously
that they were
just-
just like uncomfortable.
they just do that so it's easier for her. I assume. Instead of saying,
Yeah, so they
like,
don't
"Hey."
trip her out like the way that it was when they were in the room at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, so I heard apparently you can where they went to when they're rowing with the swans and everything. I heard you can actually just go to that area in South Carolina. Like it's pretty popular where people will go through there.
They
Um,
wait for it to start pouring rain.
Yeah, but that's pretty cool though. I didn't
Brian,
know
do
that.
you
More
want
about that.
Brian? Do you
Yeah.
want me to get us like a boat?
Yeah, dude, I'll go out there with you. I got some letters that I meant to mail to you throughout my years away.
Okay,
Who's
I've been
rowing?
waiting. I'm like every day I go to the mailbox and I wake up in the morning. Where's the Grand Rapids letter? Nothing. Every day I went.
Bro, ask your mom because I've been sending them.
She's
There's a
intercepting
stack in
that
his closet.
shit.
You guys want to get into trivia? There's some really good ones.
Well, again, hang on one second. While we're on this topic, Andrew,
Go
if I wrote you
Oh,
one
God.
letter every day for a year for 5 years and you just now got them, one, are you reading them? And two, are you reporting me for harassment?
No. All right. No to both of those questions. No, I'm
Nice.
not reading over 1,000 letters.
Fair.
Two, I'm not going to report you for harassment, but we are going to get you psychiatric help pretty quickly.
I am gonna have to be checked in.
I will
Jesus.
ask you to give me the 5-year summary. Like, just break it
Fair-
down. You go.
fair. It's
You got
just,
two
I miss you.
paragraphs.
I miss you. I love you.
That's all they say.
Each one.
All right, let's get into these. You can stop me at any time. But these are pretty good. Ryan Gosling prepared for his role by living in Charleston, South Carolina, before filming began. For 2 months,
What a
he rode
tough
the
life.
Ashley. Huh?
What a tough life.
Oh yeah, it's a tough
Right.
life. He rode
Wow.
Ashley River every morning and built furniture during the day.
What the fuck? Hell
He
yeah,
really
dude.
embraced the fuck out of this character.
Yeah,
That's so
Wow.
sick.
yeah. To improve the relationship between the two leads, the director staged an intervention between both of them, bringing them into a room so they could air out any grievances they had with each other. They soon patched up their differences enough to become a real life couple for some time.
What?
Really?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
imagine, I mean, both these leads are very like attractive, you know, at the time they're young, probably, I mean, apparently single, right? So this intense of a
Or
love
were
story,
they? Were they, bro? Like,
were they?
what
Yeah,
if
maybe
she-
there was a lawn in that
yeah,
situation.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
But you'd think like in that intense of a situation for this love story, them getting together kind of is pretty believable. I feel like.
Mhm.
You know what
What'd
that
you think?
reminds me of?
Hmm,
It
Twilight.
reminds me of Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga for A Star Is Born. There was so many rumors after that movie came out that they were like
That they
dating
got a
and
little-
in love with each other. Yeah.
It's a good movie.
They just had really good chemistry on that in that movie. That's probably why.
Oh yeah.
The after 7 years, Allie and Noah scenes were shot first when he has the beard. And then the crew and cast went on Christmas break. Ryan Gosling had to lose the beard and 20 pounds
Damn.
that he had for the older Noah. Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling were rather shy and unsure around each other in the after 7 years scenes, but were more comfortable together in the young Allie and Noah scenes. Pretty interesting.
Probably because he cleaned his ass up, and she was like,
Yeah,
"Okay,
yeah,
you're
probably.
kind of cute, actually."
Isn't that pretty messed up though? Over Christmas break, you have to lose.
I was
20
gonna say when
pounds?
you're supposed to just be chilling, hanging out with
Yeah.
the family. Instead, he's on the craziest cut.
Yeah, man. Cardio every day. No,
Yep.
Yeah.
no.
Rachel McAdams spent time in Charleston also before filming to familiarize herself with her surroundings. She took ballet and etiquette classes and a dialect coach for a Southern accent.
Wow, they
Wow.
sound
Pretty
like they had it
interesting,
hard.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. That's
Well, I
tough.
think
She
this
was
might have
like
been one of their
dancing
bigger
in her free
things.
time, getting paid, and he was building furniture as a hobby. Where do I
Yeah.
get a gig like this?
Well,
I'm going
here's
into
this one.
acting.
Ryan Gosling built a kitchen table featured in the movie in preparation for his role.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Pretty good, pretty good.
Rachel, did you know that?
No, I didn't. I didn't know any of these.
Jenna Rollins, who plays older Allie in the movie, is the director's mother.
What?
Oh,
Pretty interesting.
makes sense.
Two more here. Ryan Gosling wore brown eye contacts because older Noah has brown eyes and Gosling has blue.
I thought his eyes looked different.
Everyone knows he's got the baby blues. The director wanted some unknown, not handsome to portray Noah. Therefore, he cast Ryan Gosling for the role.
Whoa, pause, bro.
Wow.
I know. I
Pause.
gasped
You're not
when I
talking
read
about
that.
my drive actor like that, bro. My
Yeah.
fucking
Wow.
Blade Runner 2049 actor. No shot.
Yeah. I mean, that's
but that does
pretty-
make sense with his dumbass hair. That's my biggest gripe with this movie. That and then younger Allie was annoying as hell. I will say that she was just constantly screaming. It's like
Oh.
11 p.m. and she's just
Bro.
like, I'm just like, ah,
She's
She
living
was
life.
She was 17 years old.
oh god, she's so annoying.
What about when they were making love for the first time? She's like, "What are you thinking about right now?"
You know.
What, Josh?
Remember the scene where they go to the house?
No, I know what you're saying, but why? Why? What does that come to your mind first?
I was just saying as an example.
Yeah, no,
Like-
then that was well. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up because that was awkward too when Allie came back to Seabrook, and then he was just like, "Yeah, this is the spot where we did it."
Yeah.
You remember that
Just like-
really awkward
See the piano? Yep.
right underneath there, babe.
Oh, but yeah, do you guys want to kind of move into giving this movie a score?
Yeah, Josh, you start us off.
Okay. So it's tough because this is our first romance movie. I'm gonna try to convince these guys that we should do more. Depending how popular this is.
It's
So
not
go download it if
Bridesmaids.
you're
I don't
listening.
want to do it.
What'd you say?
It's not Bridesmaids. I'm not
Well, it's more of a
doing it.
rom-com.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not even really like a
Dude, there's true love in
romance.
the movie. Okay.
Okay, but
I'd argue though it's 80% comedy, 20% love.
Shut up.
No.
That's cat.
It
But
is.
I literally asked for A Star Is Born.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we
that
can
would
do
be
that one.
good.
We can do that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, that'd
Like
be a good one.
Notebook is Rachel's comfort movie. A Star Is Born is mine.
Well,
Bradley
and I gotta
Bradley
say,
Cooper
I-
is my favorite actor.
I picked it for Rachel. Again. So it's not really fair to say this is her pick.
Yeah,
No,
it was like-
she's
Rachel-
Rachel,
forced it on
Rachel
her.
came up to us at the bar and said, "Hey, for my birthday, I want to cover the Notebook on Small Guys," and we were
Well-
like, "All right, Rachel, we can make that happen."
She literally said earlier in the podcast that this is her comfort movie. Did you
It
not, Rachel?
is.
Yeah.
I do turn it on when I'm like sleeping or something.
Really?
Just
Yeah.
wake up, get a good cry, and go right back to bed.
She's numb now. She's numb now. But
Yeah, I'm numb to it.
Yeah, it's hard to judge it against other movies we've reviewed, obviously, but on a romance level, I think it probably is one of the better ones out there. I think most people can probably agree to that. With it being a movie from 2004, it still holds up very well.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna give it an 87. I really like this movie. The fact that it can get me to cry the second time around. I mean, it got me to cry the first time around when I knew how it ended. But the second time around, it really shouldn't have gotten me, but it did. It messed me up. So if a movie can make you feel like that and like believe that their love is really that true, and it's a great thing. So
Who wants to go next?
How about
You?
you, Ryan?
All
Yeah, you go
right.
next.
I don't really have a number in mind.
Oh.
Come up with one.
So I'm gonna pass for right now.
okay.
Okay.
I
Mike,
can
go
go.
ahead.
You gotta
I
hear
can
what
go
everyone
then.
else has to say,
Yeah.
and then
Oh.
He doesn't want to get judged for being too low or too high. God forbid.
Yeah, all right, I'll go after Mike. I got it locked. We're good.
yeah,
go
let me just hear
now.
let me just hear what Mike has to say. So
Oh my gosh.
All
You know we
right.
rate them every episode, right?
Yeah,
We were
I'm
eventually
gonna-
going to ask you.
So-
I'm gonna give it a 67. It's a good movie
Okay.
all around. I enjoyed
Wow.
it. It's not my cup of tea because again, we're basing this
Oh.
off of
It
enjoyment,
is.
but
We are.
it does really put you in your feels. Personally, Marley and Me had me crying more, but that's just because
Dude.
of Puppo was involved.
But Brian, a
Uh,
67 for a movie that made you feel like that.
All right, fine, fuck you. 71. That's the highest I'm going.
That's
71.
your
We'll put it
one
in-
take
we'll
back
put it
this
in
year.
this-
No.
That's
He
not
was,
my
it
one
was still
take
his
back.
turn. It was still his turn.
Yep.
It's not his mulligan.
We're putting it in our C class
Yeah, it was
ranking.
still his turn. So we'll give it to him.
But yeah, no, I mean that was cool. It was a great love story. A couple twists in there you can kind of pick up on it. But yeah, again, I'm knocking it for Ryan Gosling's ugly ass hair. I'm knocking it for how annoying Allie was in the beginning. And there was one more thing that pissed me off. Oh, they could have used Cyclops a little more in the movie. I wish he wasn't just such a bitch in this, I wish he did pull up and try to fight Ryan Gosling. That would have been a little cool.
That would have been cool.
Yeah,
Damn.
so-
When you say that, 100%. I really wish they would have
Again,
at least interacted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and again, maybe if he would have Great Gatsby'd him, shot him, that'd be kind of funny. That'd be a really big twist. But again, Gatsby's been a thing that's happened. But yeah, 71. That is my ranking.
Okay. Well, I will go next here. I will say this movie is kind of hard to grade, to be honest with you. It's a different genre that we do, to be honest with you. And I will say I did enjoy watching this movie. There's a lot of really iconic scenes, I think, that, like Josh said, hold up. And just for when it was released, it holds up pretty well for today's standards. The cast is great. I think this is kind of like the start of pretty much everybody's career in this, right? Like Cyclops and Gosling and McAdams, like this is one of like their first like movies that are kind of like really big.
I think she had Mean Girls than this, but I agree. I mean, this is she's really the lead here, right? Like the primary. So I agree.
Yeah. Well, yeah, absolutely. But like I said, I'm a sucker for the lighthearted stuff. So I really enjoyed the first half, and even though the second half was more of them being older, it still was, it kept me entertained, I will say. And so I think all in all, I'm gonna give it an 80. I will say 80 for me is the threshold where it comes to wanting to rewatch a movie, and I will say I do see myself rewatching this movie.
Maybe with a bad bitch next to you.
There it is.
With a very attractive woman next to me, yes, Josh.
That he loves and respects and wants to treat that
That I
way.
love just as much as Noah loved Allie.
Oh, jeez.
Rachel, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna rate it higher, obviously, because I feel like girls' perspective is a little different. I feel like it just really made me feel something and just wanted me to feel like that type of love. And if a movie makes me feel that way, then I feel like I have to rate it high. I think I would do like an 88, maybe.
Okay.
And it's definitely like a more of like category of like romance movies, not like, you know, all genres, I guess. But this
Definitely.
movie has been so popular for so long, and like it's still one of those movies that so many people watch. So I feel like it's just one of those. So yeah, 88.
Yeah, it holds up.
It's
Yeah.
funny you say that too,
That's
because like I said, I just seen a TikTok of this right before we watched this and did this podcast. So it just goes to show you, like you said, it's still relevant.
Almost
nowadays.
20 years old.
I know,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Crazy. Yeah.
It literally came out in 2004. I was 5 years old.
Almost as old as us.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, let's relax, guys. We're not that old.
All right, I'll finish this off. I just watched this for the first time yesterday, and I enjoyed it quite a lot. It did actually make me cry, like these guys said, and I watched it alone because Emma was out of town. So
Probably made you cry even more then.
yeah, and I was like, damn, this is I don't know how I've gone so long without seeing this movie. Like, it is an emotional romantic movie that everyone talks about. Like, the rain scene with Noah and Ellie is iconic. Like, the cover of this movie, like, if you haven't seen the movie, you've at least seen that like picture at the very least. So, and I knew that. With that said, I don't know if I'll rewatch this. Maybe I will with Emma. I'm sure she's seen it. I don't know.
Had she seen it? Okay, I was gonna ask.
I don't know. Actually, I didn't ask her. I sent her a Snapchat that we were watching this for the podcast, and she's like, "Why are you watching it?" And I was like,
Like,
"I
it's
don't know,
Rachel's pick.
I was like, "It's
No,
Josh's pick."
this was not. This was Josh's
I
pick.
didn't throw you under the
Whoa.
bus, Rachel. This is Josh's pick. But with that said, I did enjoy this movie. And it's a romance. It's not something we normally watch, but I'm gonna still give it a decent score. I'm thinking 82 flat. I felt good about this one.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'll rewatch it, but I have to give it a decent score because like not many movies make me cry these days.
Yeah.
So
He's got
It-
no
it-
emotions. He's crazy.
okay, 67.
71.
71.
Okay. How about this? What do you guys think Aiden would have gave this movie? I'm genuinely curious.
14.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's no explosions.
This isn't my cup of tea. I'm gonna go 48. that's what he would say.
Yeah,
Has
I
he
don't
even ever seen it?
No.
No.
He's
I
too
doubt
scared
it.
to see it.
Wow.
And when we said it in the group chat, he's like, "Fuck no, I'm not seeing that."
Hey,
Mm.
Brian did too, but I knew his ass would cave.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was like, I've been meaning to watch that movie. Now I have a reason to.
An excuse.
I've always wanted to watch it.
No, Brian was like, I don't want to go on it for the Notebook. And I said, Brian, I'm going to be on it. You have to.
It's my pick, Brian. You have to be on it.
Yeah, that is fair. I was kind of set on not doing it because I thought Josh was fucking with me when he said that he texted you, and I was like, Rachel didn't say anything about it to me. Like, is like, all right, whatever. And then you did hit me up and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be on Small Guys, and I was like, wait, you're actually on? Like, now I have to watch this fucking movie.
Yeah, we
No,
only had to
Josh-
pay her $50.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it worked out.
and
We're all
like-
buying her a drink. Everyone, everyone listening, make sure to hit up Rachel on Twitter. Wish her a happy birthday. Happy
belated birthday.
We're gonna plug the Venmo on our website so that way you can get her some birthday drinks going. Right
That's
there.
actually gonna be mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just gonna go to my account. I'll make sure that it gets to her.
Yeah,
It's
small
fine.
disclaimer, we're not doing that, everybody. So
Oh yeah, but thank you, Rachel, so much for
Yeah,
joining
thank
us.
you.
We'll have to have you on again, maybe for a movie that you could pick.
Mhm.
I feel like that's only fair. So
and maybe you can do it with your boyfriend Aiden next time if he
Yeah,
comes
maybe.
yeah,
on.
Once Aiden and I are married, I'm gonna make him watch The Notebook. That's the
Yeah.
first
Good.
thing.
I'll be
Good.
weeping his eyes out.
That'll be his
Yeah.
punishment for waiting so long to ask you.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, and
One day. One day.
One day.
You know, you
hopefully
guys are
everyone
both
had a
like-
great Valentine's Day, and if you're spending it alone, come spend it with us and listen to this episode, and
Yeah. Or it could
Good
be like
bonding.
us. I like to do with my friends out here. We do Valent Slimes, and we just go out and bar hop
Yep.
after work. It's pretty fun. We did it last year. It was a good time.
Yep. Isn't there like Galentimes too, or like
Yeah, there's Galentine's. Rachel
Galentine's.
does it every year.
Do I really?
Okay.
Jeez, that was kinda mean.
Wow.
I'll cut that,
Literally
Rachel. I'll cut
last
that.
year, actually, I was like, "Oh my god, I finally have a Valentine," and then my boyfriend broke up with me. the day
Oh.
Oh shit! I didn't mean it like that. I
Hey,
just meant when she
actually,
gets like a get together. I didn't mean it like
that's-
not a significant
I was
other.
like-
My fault.
I was like,
That's-
"Okay."
Bad wording. I just realized what I said. That's on me.
It was
Well,
Super Bowl
fuck him.
Sunday too. Super Bowl Sunday and the day before Valentine's Day.
Wow.
Wow.
I went and
Jeez.
picked up the cookie cake and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm smashing this whole thing."
The day before Valentine's Day.
Oh
Yeah.
no,
He just
Wow.
didn't want to buy you gifts, to be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
he was just broke.
broke bitch.
He had just bought me birthday gifts. He's like, "I can't do both."
Yeah, we can only do one or the other. And
He
Christmas
lost all his
was
money
right
on Super
behind
Bowl.
that. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. But all right, boys and girl. I'll
And-
I'll,
Small guys plus girls.
yeah, small guys plus girl. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, I
All
love you guys on this special Valentine's Day. Sending all the love.
And just a
Love
quick
you too.
reminder, if you
Love you
guys
too,
plan on
Brian.
having any type of sexual relations on Valentine's Day, please wear a condom. We do not want any more Scorpios.
Or just pull out.
around. Yeah, or just pull out because
What does that mean, guys?
Be safe out there.
Yeah,
Safe out
be
there.
safe
That's a good way
out
to
there.
end it.
Be
That's a
safe
good way
out
to
there.
Yeah, I like that.